Good afternoon. This will be a video response to Ancient Hebrew. Hopefully this time we won't pull the video response. I granted him last time the video response, and hopefully this time he'll keep it there, because I want everybody to see his video responses. This man is claiming to be able to correct the King James Bible with his Hebrew when he can't even read English. When you look at his video, you'll notice that there's two parts to the Gesenius, and he makes a big deal about this is a great scholar. He knows what he's talking about. He knows this guy. I'm going to read this slowly in English. There are two parts to the statement, not one, and he just goes in the second part. There are, however, numerous exceptions to this fundamental rule dealing with the singular and plural. Following the singular has to be the symbol of the singular, etc. These are due partly to the Constructio ad sensum, where the attention is paid to the meaning rather than to the grammatical form. Okay, so there's one part. And then another part is a comma, partly to the position of the predicate regarding it being without gender. So there's two parts. One has to deal with the Constructio ad sensum, where the sense takes precedence over the grammar. The second part has to deal with the predicate preceding the subject, and that's not an absolute rule, because that's based on sense also. And if you go to Exodus 32:23, you'll see differing translations on where the predicate does precede the subject, and Elohim is translated as gods in many of the translations. Now, what is the Constructio ad sensum? Go here. This is my Latin dictionary of Latin words and phrases. Constructio ad sensum, just like it sounds. I mean, it's not complicated. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out. You have to just be honest. A construction on the basis of the sense, i.e., one in which the requirements of a grammatical form are overridden by those of a word meaning, e.g., the construction of a collective noun in the singular with the plural form of a verb, because the noun donates a plurality. An example: a number of people say that when the singular word number may seem to demand says. So they keep that as a in the match the people of plural as opposed to number, because of the sense. And it says here, another quote here: the natural relation is preferred to the artificial. So the sense of where the sense of the word in the translation demands that this classical Hebrew, the view was that the unicorn was single horned, and therefore, as one rabbi stated, therefore it was horns, unicorns as opposed to horns. So the sense takes precedence over grammatical form. Partly, there's an issue partly there, and that's where the translator has to make decisions in how the word would match in English, and pick up the sense of the word, what it must mean to the Hebrew, and make that transition, make that translation so it's understandable in the English. And that's why a unicorn is a single horned animal, and therefore have one horn, or at least it would be in even the Answers in Genesis thing. There might be an Assyrian animal would give the appearance at least of one horn, but it certainly wasn't a two-horned animal. That's why it's unique as one unicorn. So this is more nonsense for those who want to pretend they know something, that they're smarter than the King James translators are smarter. The King James 21 had it. Webster has unicorns, but ancient Hebrew was smart. All these guys, all these people who claim to correct the King James translation are smart than anyone, and they don't need to know anything except that they can go in there and pretend to know something. When they came and read English, clearly, and that's the fact. There's two partlies in Genesis, partly the Constructio ad sensum, partly to the predicate and the subject. That's English. And anybody who can read would understand there are two aspects to a reason why a predicate and the subject would be a predicate, the singular would be changed to plural and vice versa. That's simple English. And and the Constructio ad sensum means exactly what it says: the construction according to the sense, not a grammatical form, but how it would sound in the English and matching with the word meaning. Unicorn is a single horn animal, and it doesn't have, it matches the sense of sons, is two sons. Therefore, the two unicorns who had two horns, not a unicorn with two horns. So hopefully this will, and I'm sure, Ancient Hebrew will make something, another video, come back with another one, and pull something out of the air again. But all you have to do is read English. You have a King James Bible, you have the right Bible, and you have a perfect Bible, and just keep reading it. Ignore the liars, ignore the deceivers, ignore the scholarships. Only people who think that they're smarter than the men that God raised up to give you the perfect translation, the King James Bible. Amen. Thank you.